Hello student, myself Priyanka, your physics teacher. In our previous classes, we have already learned about spherical mirror and its important term, convergence and divergence of light, sign convention, rules for image formation and image formed by concave mirror. Now in our today's class, we will learn about the image formation by convex mirror, comparison between image formed by concave and convex mirror, then application of convex and concave mirror and mirror formula. So let's start. Image formation by convex mirror. As we have previously learned that in case of concave mirror, the nature and position of the image depend on the position of object. If you forget this one, you can watch my previous videos also. Now, in case of convex mirror, it will give always virtual and diminished mirror irrespective of the position of object. Clear? So here we have to learn about the formation of image by convex mirror for two cases. Let us learn. This is our concave mirror. So this is center of curvature. This is focal point. Now if the object is placed in between, this is our pole, in between pole and infinity. Suppose I have placed object here. That means the position of the object is in between infinity and pole. Then what will be the nature of the object and what is the position? Let us learn. Again, just like concave mirror, we have to draw two rays here. I have drawn here one parallel ray parallel to the principal axis. Now by using the rule for obtaining the image, we know that in case of convex mirror, after reflection, the parallel beam of light appeared to pass through the focal point. Like this, it is our focal point. Now one more ray we have to draw. Look, here I have drawn one incident ray which is incident obliquely at the pole. That means if this angle is theta, incident angle is theta, then reflection angle is also theta. Now if we extend these two ray, reflected ray, then it will meet at this point. Let us denote object as AB and this point as A dash. And if you draw a perpendicular like this, it will be B dash. Look, whenever the object is placed in between pole and infinity, in case of convex mirror, then we get the image in between pole and focus point. This is our focus point, no? So, the position of the image is between focus point and pole. Clear? And you can see that the size of A dash B dash, that means the size of image is less than the size of object. What is the meaning of this point? That means the image is diminished, smaller than the object. Clear? So if we sum up, we can say that if the object is placed in between infinity and pole, then the image formed by convex mirror is virtual. Why I say it is virtual? You can see these two reflected ray doesn't meet at a point. Whenever we extend this, it will be appear to meet. That's why this image is known as virtual image. So the nature of the image is virtual, erect. Why I say erect? Because the object and the image both are upward. That's why we say that the image is virtual. Now, size of the image is less than the size of the object. What is now? So you can also say the image is diminished. And what is the position? Position of the image is in between pole and focus. Okay, clear? So let us learn the next point. Now if we learn if the object is placed at infinity, then what happens? Now if the object is placed at infinity, then what happens? It will produce parallel beam of light. That means the parallel ray coming to the parallel ray to the principal axis. From the rule of formation of image, we know that whenever the ray parallel to the principal axis incident on a convex mirror, then after reflection it will appear to pass through the focal point. So if you extend this ray, then it will be appear to pass through the focal point like this. All the parallel rays appear to. So we can see whenever the parallel beam come an incident on the concave mirror, after reflection it will appear to pass through the focal point. That means the image will form at the focal point, and the image is a point image. It is a virtual image. Again, why? Because the ray doesn't meet each other. Whenever we extend the ray, then it will appear to meet. So this is all about image formation by convex mirror. So if we sum up, we can say that for a convex mirror, it is always give diminished and virtual image. So you can take screenshot of this note. Now the formation of image by convex mirror, you easily check in your home also. For that, you just need a spoon, and the outer surface of the spoon behave as a convex mirror. Now if we bring close the outer portion of the spoon to your face, you can get a erect virtual image and diminish also of your face, and if you move away, then also you will get a virtual image. So you can check it, it's a fun. Now next point, we have to learn about comparison between image from concave and convex mirror. As already we have learned the image formation by concave mirror, now we have to compare between these two images. If you forget this one, you can check my previous video also. So let us compare both images. Now first point, in case of concave mirror, we know that concave mirror can produce real as well as virtual image. So let us write, concave mirror can form real as well as virtual image. So when concave mirror form virtual image? Whenever we place the object between pole and focus point. Clear? You may check the previous video also. But in case of convex mirror, as we learn now, it only produces virtual image. It cannot produce real image. Clear? So this is the first comparison between the image formed by concave and convex mirror. In case of concave mirror, it can produce real image as well as virtual image. Virtual image is produced whenever you place the object in between pole and focus point, and in the other case it will produce real image. Next comparison is concave mirror can give magnified as well as diminished image. You learn that whenever we place the object close to the concave mirror, then the size of the image is increases. That means it will be magnified, and if we move away the object from the mirror, then its size will be decreases. But irrespective of the position of object, convex mirror always give diminished image. That means the size of the image is always less than the size of the object. So these are the comparison between image formed by concave and convex mirror. You can take a screenshot. Now, if you forget whenever the virtual image is produced, whenever the real image is produced, one thing you can remember, real image always inverted and virtual image always erect. Okay, this topic we have completed now. Comparison between image formed by concave mirror and convex mirror. Now, you may ask why we have to learn all these things. Why we have to learn the image formation by concave mirror or convex mirror? So here we have to learn the application of concave mirror and convex mirror. Actually, physics help you to to make your life easy. If you understand this subject properly, you will really love this subject. So let us learn the application of concave and convex mirror. So first application of concave mirror is, it is used as a reflector in the headlights of vehicles, searchlights and torch. Can you guess which property of concave mirror or which rule of formation of image used here? If you forget, you can check a previous video also. In this case, as we know that whenever incident light ray pass through the focus, then what happen? After reflection, it will become parallel now. So in case of reflector or in case of headlights of the vehicle, here we use the concave mirror and we just place the bulb at the focus point of the mirror. As you see, whenever the light ray, incident light ray passing through the focus point, incident on the concave mirror, after reflection it will produce a parallel beam of light. As a result, it will help us to see the road. So that's why concave mirror used as a reflector in the headlights of the vehicles, then searchlight and torch also. Why? In order to produce the parallel beam of light which help us to see the road. Now let us learn next application. Concave mirror is also used as a saving and makeup mirror. What property used here? As you know, whenever we place the object in between pole and focus point of a concave mirror, then it will give a virtual, erect and magnified image. So by using this property, man can use concave mirror during their saving in order to see the image, erect image of their face, which will enlarge. As a result, it will help them. Similarly, women can use concave mirror as their makeup mirror in order to see their enlarged image of their face, which is in enlarged form. As a result, it will help them. So this is the next application of concave mirror. Now let us learn the next application. Concave mirror also used in solar cookers. So what is the application of solar cooker? Solar cooker help to cook food material by using the sun ray. So in solar cooker also we are using concave mirror. How? In that case, we will place the container which having food material at the focal point of the mirror. Now, as sun is at infinite distance from the mirror, so all the ray coming parallel to the principal axis. As a result, after reflection from the mirror, it will meet at a focus point where we have already placed the container. Whenever all the parallel beam of sun ray meet at a single point, then what happens? The temperature of this point increases, which help us to cook the food. Clear? Your TV dishes, just like Tata Sky, this TV and another, are also made as concave mirror. Do you think why it is made like this? Again, same application is there. It will help to focus all the signal from the satellite. That's why the TV dishes is also made in a concave mirror shape. Okay, it is not a mirror, but the shape of the dish is like a concave mirror. Concave mirror is also used in hospitals. In case of ENT specialist doctors, they are using concave mirror in order to see the enlarged image of our eye, ear, nose, throat, etc. So concave mirror also used in hospital as a medical purpose for the ENT specialist doctors. So these are the application of concave mirror in our daily life. Now let us learn the application of convex mirror. Convex mirror used as a rear view or diverse mirror. Do you know which one is known as rear view in our vehicles? Rear view means the mirror placed at the side of the vehicle. Clear? So What it will do? Actually, we know that irrespective of the position of object, convex mirror always give diminished image na. That's why this rear view mirror, or it is also known as diver's mirror, helps the diver to see the traffic behind the vehicle. The traffic behind the vehicle. How we know that it will give a diminished image? So it can cover large area behind the vehicle where the other cars or other vehicles are coming. That means the field view of convex mirror is very high. What is the meaning of field view? Field view means the area which is covered by the convex mirror. That means the area of which the convex mirror can produce image. Clear? This is known as field view. The field view of concave mirror is less, but in case of convex mirror the field view is high, as it will give diminished object, diminished image, so it can cover more area. Clear? By this phenomenon, rear view mirror and diver's mirror are made of convex mirror. You can see in the big store, shopping store or shopping mall, there are convex mirror place. Why? Again this property is used. As we know that field view of convex mirror is very high. So if we place a convex mirror in the shopping mall or any shopping stores also, it can cover large area. So it is very easy for the shopkeeper to watch the activity of customer. So as the field view of convex mirror is greater, so it is used as a rear view mirror, as well as we can use it in the shopping store or shopping mall in order to check the activities of the customer. Convex mirror is also used in straight light in order to diverge the light ray throughout a throughout a larger area. Why? Because we know that convex mirror is a diverging mirror now. So if we place the street light like this, what happen? All the light ray after reflecting from the mirror, it will diverge. That means it will spread out through the large area. So these are the application of concave mirror and convex mirror. You can take a screenshot of this note. Now one more information I want to give you. The field view of plane mirror is less than the field view of convex mirror. Now if you want to get the full size image of any object, so in case of plane mirror, the size of the plane mirror should be half size of the object, but in case of convex mirror, by a small mirror only you can get the full size image of the object. Why? Because it will give you the diminished image na, so you can easily get the full image of the object. Now let us learn about the mirror formula. What is mirror formula? Mirror formula means basically the relation between focal length, object distance and image distance. We already learned about this in our first class. What is focal length, what is object distance, what is image distance. So now the formula between these three is known as mirror formula. The derivation of this formula is not in your syllabus, but the formula you have to remember. It is very important for numerical. So we will do some numerical also in our next class. So let us learn the mirror formula. Here F represent as focal length, U represent as object distance and V represent as image distance. Now the formula is 1 by F is equals to 1 by V plus 1 by U. This is the general mirror formula. Now by using sign convention, this sign may be changed depending upon the numerical, but the basic formula is 1 by F is equal to 1 by V plus 1 by U. We will do some numerical related to this formula in the next class also, then it will be more clear. So this is known as mirror formula. You can take screenshot of this. One term magnification I used in case of the formation of image by concave mirror. Now how can you define magnification? Magnification is defined as the ratio of image height divided by object height. So magnification is defined as the ratio of image height to the object height. Here H dash represent image height and H represent object height. Clear? So magnification is defined as ratio of image height to the object height. This magnification is also known as linear magnification. In your class 12 you will learn there is one more magnification which is known as angular magnification. Now you have to learn about the linear magnification only. What is the definition? It is the ratio of object image height to the object height. Clear? Now for numerical there is another more formula. Magnification is also represented by V by U. That means object image distance divided by object distance. We will derive this formula very easy. So you can take a screenshot of this. So there is another formula of magnification as we learn. Magnification is equal to ratio of object image distance divided by object distance. So let us find the formula. Now you can see I have written here magnification produced by concave mirror. Can you tell me why I have written here magnification by concave mirror? Simple. Convex mirror doesn't give any magnified image. It always gives diminished image. That means magnification occurs in case of concave mirror. Now magnification also represented by small m. Clear now? Now let us find the formula m. We have to find here the formula m is equal to V by U, where V means image distance, U means object distance. Now from this figure, can you tell me which is the object distance? Here object distance means PB. AB is our object and image is A dash B dash. So object distance is PB, which is represented as U, and image distance is PB dash, which is represented by V. Now we have to use a little knowledge of math here. Here let us take these two triangles. Which one? A, P, B. This one A, P, B and A dash, P, B dash. You can see in that case the angle B, P, A dash and the angle B, P, A are equal from the rule of image formation. That means angle A, P, B is equals to angle A dash, P, B dash. Two angles are equal. Similarly, you can say A dash, P, B dash and AB is perpendicular. That means these two angle is 90 degree. A, B, P is equal to A dash, B dash, P 90 degree. Two angles are equal. This one and this one angle are equal here. So this two triangle is a similar triangle. As a result, you can write the ratio of the side are equal. Now from the formula of math we know that whenever there is a two similar triangle, then the ratio of their side should be equal. Here as these angles are equal, that's why the triangle APB and A dash PB dash are similar triangle. So the ratio of their side, from here let us write this. Ratio of the side means if I write AB divided by A dash B dash, then it will be the side of this triangle APB and A dash B dash P will be AB divided by A dash B dash should be equal to the another side PB divided by PB dash. Clear? Why we have write this? Because these two triangles are similar. Now what is the value of PB? Value of PB is U, and what is the value of PB dash? It is V. Now AB means AB means object. Let us take the length of the object or height of the object as h, and it is a image. A dash B dash is a image. So let consider h dash is the height of the image. Now if we reverse this, or if I do reciprocal, then what happens? H dash by h is equal to V by U. Now from the definition of magnification, we know that magnification is the ratio of image height to the object height. Here h dash is image height, h is object height, so it will give magnification m. So m is equal to V by U. This is the formula. So two formula you have get for magnification. One is m is equal to h dash by h, where h dash is image height and h is object height. Another one is m is equal to V by U, where V is image distance and U is object distance. Hope you understand this topic. Up to this we have already completed the topic reflection by spherical mirror. In our next class we will do numericals. After that we will start a new phenomenon, refraction.